Okay, so hello traders, FX Pip Collector here. So today is Tuesday and it is June 25th. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully fairly good. So we're going to start off today by looking at the US dollar index because I am a big believer if you know what the US dollar index is doing, then you pretty much know what to do on all the dollar pairs also. Then we're going to start off by looking at the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and gold because those are definitely the more popular pairs as usual. Once we finish looking at those, we're going to start taking requests from people in the audience. So anyways, definitely join Discord. Like I was saying, Discord is 100% free to join. And on Friday, this coming up Friday's live stream, I will be giving away 100 USDT on my Discord server to one lucky member. So all you had to do in order to win is join my server and enter for a chance to win on under the welcome tab. If you join my server, which we currently have 5,215 members, you go to the welcome tab and then you go to the giveaway tab, and we currently have 91 people entered in the giveaway to win 100 USDT. So definitely check that out. It is 100% free to join my Discord channel. The link for that is in the chats and in the description. 100% free to join. All these areas right here where it says members chats right here, these are all for members only right here. These are the members only channel. I have a swing trade tab and a day trade tab where I share all my trades that I enter with stop losses. So if anybody is interested, I have today's only Tuesday and I didn't really work yesterday. So I've already said what, one, two, three, four trades with the group so far this week, plus a couple day trades with the day trades that didn't really go too great, but the swing trades as usual are going really, really well. So if anybody is interested in that, you join on at my website, fxpipcollector.com. So definitely check that out. It is only $30 a month, and you do get access to all my daily Zoom meetings, and you do get access to all my swing trade setups. So, anyways, hey, how's it going? Skywick, Mark, Carl, see, Charles, Stefan, how's everybody doing? Zen, nice to see everybody. Andrew. So yeah, let's start off by analyzing the US dollar index real quick. Let me get rid of this on the daily because it's kind of obnoxious on the daily. So one thing you really have to realize is that the US dollar is still 100% in an uptrend. We definitely have high, low, high, low, high. We have no breaker structure. We have no lower high. We have a little bit of a Fibonacci bounce, but even that doesn't really prove that anything is actually over. We are definitely still in an uptrend. So we have to keep in mind that the trend is definitely still up and that the US dollar trend is up as you can see. As you go down to the 4 hour time frame, the question is now is whether or not this is actually still a correction to this last move up right here, from here to here. Is this right here a correction, and is the correction over is kind of the question we'd be asking ourselves right now. Now, I do see the possibility that this is a flat, and the reason why I say that is because this is definitely one up, this is definitely three down. This could end up being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. It could end up making, a lower high, lower high. This would be like a wave A most likely, or possibly a wave 1. This would be like a wave B, or possibly a wave 2. And I think that there's a pretty good chance that it still could end up making a lower high and going down for a wave C. But we had to keep in mind, you start coming up with these analysis on the 1 hour time frame that kind of are in the opposite direction of what your higher time frame analysis is telling you. Now, for me personally, my higher time frame analysis is always the one that I need to put the most weight onto, and the higher time frame analysis is definitely telling us that this is in an uptrend and that there's no proof that the uptrend is over. So no matter what I see on these sort of time frames, I may think this is a wave B, I may think this is possibly going to go down for a wave C, but you know what? The trend is up on every single time frame. So you know what's more likely? It's more likely that this is actually going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows. Just be aware that if you do see that 3, 4, 5 shape, if you do see a breaker structure and it breaks and holds below structure, then there probably is a pretty good chance that it is the end of a wave B, and pretty good chance that it is going down for a wave C. So we definitely need to keep that in mind while we're looking at the dollar pairs. Like I always say, if you know what the US dollar is doing, then you basically know what all the US dollar pairs are doing also. So, definitely I believe that the US dollar analysis is by far the most important analysis you can do if you are trading any of the dollar pairs. Yeah, pretty impulsive move up on the euro dollar. So Hmm, I don't know. I mean, it could be the end of a cutscene, but I would be a little bit careful. I am definitely still primarily looking for sorts, and the reason why I'm still primarily looking for sorts is because the trend is definitely still down on the daily time frame on the euro dollar. And I do have an alternative count, which I'm starting to share with people a little bit now, which I've been keeping in mind for quite a while, which is that this is potentially not a WXY right here, and potentially this is another flat. Now, we see these flat patterns a lot lately, so I mean, it seems like flats are way more common than they used to be. I mean, this definitely could still be a wave A, and then this is one, two, three waves up for a wave A or B. This is three waves down, one, two, three waves down for a wave B or B, and then this is a one, two, three, four, five waves up for a wave C of wave B. If that's an A, B, C, which you probably need to clear it out, so this would be an A. This would be a running flat wave B because it made a lower low wave B and a lower low wave C. That means that there's a pretty good chance that this euro dollar actually could go down and take out the previous lows. And that would still probably be a wave C of wave 2. It just would end up taking out the previous lows. So I don't really know necessarily that that's what's going to happen. I mean, it definitely could go up. It definitely could break structure. And it could start a brand new uptrend pretty easily. But I think that we need to always have a bullish and always have a bearish scenario in mind. I always try to look at both sides of the coin because that way you don't get surprised when the market starts proving, your Elliott wave analysis wrong, which it definitely happens to the best of us. So I'm still primarily looking for shorts on the euro dollar because we definitely do not have a break of shorts to the upside. I definitely could justify saying that this is going to go up, but I honestly think that it might not. Especially looking at the dollar index, I think there might be a better chance this is going to go down and break the lows. And that's probably totally the opposite of what most people are thinking, and which makes me think even more that it probably is going to do that. And then when you go down to the 1 hour time frame, you start looking at this, and this is where most people are going to say, oh, this is an ABC correction, and this is the end of a correction. I'm going to go long for the continuation of the uptrend, which it definitely could end up doing that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look like the end of a correction, but I think that what's really going on here is this is a little bit of a bull trap. I think this is a 1, 2, 3 right here. I think this is potentially going to be a bull trap. I think they're trying to trap some people into longs before they end up pushing it back down again. But check it. Be careful. I mean, like if it does keep going up, if it does break this structure, then okay, it probably is the end of a correction. If not, I would definitely be very cautious about going long. The trend is literally down on every single time frame except for the monthly. The trend is down on the weekly. The trend is down on the daily. The trend is down on the 4 hour. And then you go down to the 1 hour time frame and you start coming up with an analysis that tells you should go long, which sometimes you may be right, but more often than not, you're probably going to get trapped into a long opportunity. You're going to get trapped and it's going to end up going down and stopping you out. So just be aware that I'm not really convinced that this is going up, especially with this 1, 2, 3 shape that we got here, and the fact that it's almost noon in the US and it's almost 5 o'clock in the UK and Europe. There's probably a better chance that this is actually going to end up continuing down. Hey, Yods, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. So that's kind of what I'm thinking on the euro dollar. I kind of think there's a good chance it's not going to go up and break a new high. I think it's a good chance it's going to keep going down, in my opinion. So looking at the pound dollar is actually one of the more clear ones. Definitely looks pretty clear to me. I mean, to me, it looks like a nice five waves up right here. It looks like a wave one. I still think this is a big WXY of two. And then we made almost a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, right back to the previous high. So I think there's a pretty good chance that this right here is a wave one of wave three. And if you look at the Elliott Wave books, the Proctor Frost book or the Gerald Sanders book, they both say that a wave one or a wave A normally ends around the top of the previous correction, like the wave B or the wave X in this scenario. So if this really is a wave one and we really are in a wave two, or even if it's a wave A and a wave B, it looks a little too small to be complete. I think this is more likely going to go down to a lower fib level, especially with the fact that we really don't have a whole lot of news coming out this week from the U.S. We do have some news coming out this week, but not really any significant news coming out. I think there's a pretty good chance that it's going to go down again. I think there's a pretty good chance it's going to go at least to the 50 or the 61.8 by the looks of it. So I would definitely be very cautious about going long. Like I said, as you go down to the 1 hour time frame, don't get me wrong, it definitely looks like an ABC correction. Definitely. Yeah, it actually looks like a, an irregular ABC or maybe even a flat because it's technically one, two, three waves up, kind of. Uh, Wave two's, yeah, 61.8 or 78.6 is definitely the most likely area for wave two. But sometimes in a very, very strong trend, sometimes wave twos can be much more shallow. So you have to be careful. I mean, definitely the target for wave two is the 61.8 or the 78.6 most of the time for sure. Hey, Quizzy, how's it going, girl? Nice to see you. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? So just like the euro dollar, I think there's a better chance that this is actually possibly going to go down. I really think that we do not have the big enough correction on the daily time frame, so I think there's a better chance that it's going to go down. Now maybe it'll go up a little bit, maybe it will break structure, retest the fib level, but I think we need to be looking for sorts, especially because the structure has not broken yet. The trend is definitely down, just like on the euro dollar. The trend is down on every single time frame except for the monthly. The trend is down on the weekly, it's down on the daily, it's down on the 4 hour. Then you go down to the 1 hour time frame and you're like, oh, look, long, when every other time frame is telling you to look for sorts. Probably a pretty good chance it's a bull trap. Probably a pretty good chance the pound dollar is a bull trap too, by the looks of it. I bet this is more likely going to keep on drifting down over the next day or two. So I would definitely be looking for sorts in a downtrend for sure. And let's go look at gold because gold is another pair that is definitely at the top of the list for most people when it comes to, requesting analysis. I am still very, very bullish on gold. I still think that gold is going to push up to the 161.8 fib extension on the weekly, monthly, and weekly time frame. I definitely still think we're in a 1, 2, 3. And yeah, we definitely have had a lot of resistance the last couple months, but I definitely still think it's going to go up and make a 4, a finish a 3, make a wave 4, and make a wave 5. So there's another opportunity. A lot of people I think are going to be looking at these trends and thinking, "Man, this thing is way overbought." And if you turn on pretty much any oscillator, you're going to see that, yeah, it is definitely overbought, but overbought to who? All you have to do is look at the yen pairs for about 3 seconds, and you can see why overbought and oversold. Any oscillator that shows you overbought and oversold is pretty much useless to identify the end of a trend. I never would use an oscillator to identify the end of a trend. I might use it to identify the end of a crescent, but definitely not to identify the end of a trend. Because you can be overbought and oversold for months and weeks sometimes, especially when you're talking about the higher time frames. So, anyways, yeah, there you go, meme indicators. So, anyways, I'm still looking. I mean, I've been saying for a while that this could possibly be like a 1, 2, 3 and possibly go down and do this for wave C. But I really don't think that's the most likely scenario. I think this is more likely just an ABC correction to the last push up. I think it's an ABC correction to this last move up. I think we might already have a bottom, especially because I believe we're in a wave 3 on the weekly monthly. I don't really think that gold's going to break this low. I think that this is more likely just going to keep on making those higher highs, higher lows. Hey Luna, how's it going? Nice to see you. How you doing today? How's everybody doing? I'm definitely looking for longs on gold primarily. I'm looking for three-way pullbacks, and you'll notice that this is definitely three waves. So if we get a Fibonacci bounce, if we get an impulsive move up, I definitely would go long. Now you may be saying, well, yeah, I'm saying that the euro dollar, pound dollar is going to go down, but I'm saying gold's going to go up. Yeah, I definitely am saying that. Gold definitely doesn't correlate with the dollar very well at all. A lot of times you'll see the dollar going up and gold going up at the exact same time, or vice versa. The dollar will be going down and gold will be going down at the exact same time. So definitely, definitely. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely would not try to go long now. But if it does turn up, if it does break structure, then that would turn me into a buyer at the end of the next pullback. I wouldn't go long at the break of structure, but I definitely would look for longs at the next pullback for the continuation of the uptrend. Now, on the other hand, if it doesn't do that, then you should definitely just continue to look for shorts because, I mean, there's always a possibility that it just keeps on going down. Gold definitely is in a downtrend on the daily. The trend is definitely down technically on the daily because it is lower high, lower high, lower high. Trend is definitely down on the daily. Trend is definitely down on the 4 hour. It's definitely up on the weekly and up on the monthly, but the trend is down on the 4 hour and daily time frames. So there might be a pretty good chance that this could just keep on drifting down. I might be totally wrong about this being an ABC correction, which is why I'm not even going to think about going long unless it goes up, breaks structure, then I'll go long on the pullback. I'm not going to go long now, that's for sure. I'm definitely not going to see this little spike candle and see it do that and be like, ooh, that's a long. No way. We should be looking for shorts, especially if you trade the 1 hour time frame and below. You should definitely be looking for shorts in a downtrend right now. If you trade even the 4 hour time frame and below, you should be looking for shorts in a downtrend until you get a nice Fibonacci bounce and a break of structure. Then you could definitely switch it up and start looking for longs, but until then, the trend is down, and the trend is your friend. So anyways, yeah, we started off by looking at the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and gold, and the US dollar index. So now I'm going to start taking requests from people in the audience. Let me check on the members area. I don't think anybody requested anything. No, they didn't. So, um, yeah, if anybody is a premium member, definitely put your requests in the members chat so that way I definitely get to your requests. Sometimes I don't get a chance to get to everybody's requests in the chats, but I do have some requests coming in already. I'm going to look at Ethereum, and I'm going to look at technically, Ethereum was probably the first one requested because he requested it about an hour ago. So technically, that's probably the first one to look at. Which I don't look at Ethereum on a regular basis, but I am having my designer make a thumbnail for Ethereum right now. So it only cost me about $3 for a thumbnail for my designer. So 3 euros. So it's definitely worth having a thumbnail made so that way I can make videos for Ethereum once in a while. A lot of people really love cryptocurrency, especially the young people. Pretty much young people. That's pretty much all they trade is cryptocurrency. So, gonna have to do it. I already have a thumbnail for Bitcoin, so I can make Bitcoin videos, no problem. And I do analyze Bitcoin every single day for my premium members. Everything on this list right here, from top to bottom, including these industries: natural gas, gold, oil, silver, and all the major Forex pairs I do analyze, and we look for setups every single day in the Zoom meetings that we do every single day for my premium members. Yeah, Ethereum. What do we think about Ethereum? Hmm. Gotta look at Bitcoin for correlation, definitely. I think this chart isn't really up to date because I use my white chart for Bitcoin. My white chart is definitely up to date, but my this chart. So Ethereum should be doing something pretty similar to Bitcoin. Oh wow, look at that. This Ethereum actually seems just as clear, if not clearer. One, two, three, four, five. Wave one, A, B, C. Wave two. That is definitely a wave two, and that's probably only about a 38% Fibonacci retracement. Wave twos can sometimes only go to 38% when you're looking at a very strong trend. And then this is definitely all a wave three. I almost guarantee we're in a wave four right now. And it honestly might not even be a wave four. It could potentially be a subdivision of a much bigger trend. And if it is a subdivision of a much bigger trend, then this end of a correction potentially would not be a wave five. Potentially it would be the continuation of a big uptrend, which I definitely do see as a possibility for sure. Wow, it's been a while since I've analyzed this chart, so bear with me a little bit here. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've analyzed this thing. Let me start over with a brand new fresh chart. There we go. So I would definitely be measuring the wave 3 with my Fibonacci retracement. And I would be looking at this as almost definitely a wave 4. Now, the fact that the wave 2 was really shallow tells us a lot, because if you know anything about Elliott wave, a shallow wave 4 can actually tell you a lot because of alternating waves. The wave 2 is a very traditional ABC correction. It's nice 5 waves, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a very traditional ABC correction. And it's a very shallow correction. It's probably only about a 38% correction. That means that the wave 4 is probably very likely to be a complex correction, and it's probably going to be deeper than the 38% in my opinion. It might go down to the 50%, which we have a little bit of a top bottom right there too. So that probably Yeah, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum at least have a couple more weeks of downside. My forecast on Bitcoin. Oh, I'm actually on the. Oh, what's I'm on? Was I analyzing the wrong one? Yeah, I think I was just analyzing Bitcoin, but same thing though. Let's see. So let's put a Fibonacci from here. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Give it's quick. About the only way to give it's quick is if you win the Powerball or something. I don't really know any other ways. Maybe if you're like Witt's grandmother dies or something and leaves you a buttload of money, but that's about the only way to get it's quick, in my opinion. I think that it's going down for now. I think it's going to at least go back down and retest that 50%, in my opinion. I think this is an ABC. It's really not as clear on this one, actually. Yeah, I think it's a wave C also. I think it's a wave C of wave 4. I think this is a wave 3, and I think it needs to go up for a wave 5. It possibly could turn into something else. It possibly could be a subdivision of a much, much bigger uptrend, but I would definitely be looking at shorts 100%. I'd be looking for three-way pullbacks to go short. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies do really make a lot of really nice three-way pullbacks, I've noticed. Bitcoin does definitely like three-way pullbacks. Ethereum seems to like them too. Yeah, no, they're definitely steeper though. That's the only problem. The only problem with cryptocurrency is that their corrections are usually either extremely flat or they're extremely volatile. There's like nothing in between. It's either very impulsive or it's very flat. But they definitely does make a lot of three-way pullbacks for sure. I would be looking for a three-way pullback to go short again, definitely. 100%. So yeah, let's see. Let's switch back to here. Bitcoin is the same thing. I actually think Bitcoin's a little more clear. This is a wave A, and this is a regular flat wave B, and this is now a wave C most likely. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Phew. I've actually never entered a trade on cryptocurrency in my life. I've been trading since 2009. I'm kind of an old school trader, I guess. I've never once entered a trade on cryptocurrency. I do own some Bitcoin, but only because when I bought T-bills a couple of years ago, the company I bought two T-bills through gave me Bitcoin for free. I could either pick a stock, I could pick a crypto, Bitcoin, or I could pick $103 in T-bills. I have a lot of money in T-bills right now. They're kind of like my savings account, and it's just easy 5-6% a month. It's easy money. Basically, do nothing. And I'm telling you, if you have like $100,000 in the bank, well, I mean, $100,000 is going to get you a lot, but I mean, if you're a millionaire or something, you could literally live off T-bills. Yeah, well, I tell this story to a lot of people in my group, but I spent 17 years working in the union out of Boston, and there was a guy in my crew that back in 2016, 2017, right around here, he was like he played poker with Bitcoin online, and he used to tell me all the time, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. I was like, dude, Bitcoin's going to zero. I was like, you are so full of crap. I was like, Bitcoin is going to zero. There's no way. And that was way back here in 2016, 2017. I was like, you are so full of crap, dude. Bitcoin's nothing. I was like, Bitcoin is going to be just a fab. Within a year or two, it's going to be at zero. And yeah, I would probably not be here talking to you guys right now if I listened to that guy I used to work with. He was kind of an old drunk in a ways, but boy, definitely. I normally shoot for 5 to 8% a month is normally what I try to get. Last month, I 2 months ago I made 8% almost, and last month I pretty much was a draw for me. I actually lost 0.6%, but so anyways, yeah, let's start taking some requests. Yeah, let's follow behind. The guy I used to work with, he didn't keep his Bitcoin either. He was an old drunk, and he probably spent his Bitcoin on beer and liquor, honestly. But yeah, he didn't end up keeping his Bitcoin either, unfortunately. Yeah, kind of sad. Way back in the day, when Bitcoin first came out, I mean, unless you were like a tech geek, most people didn't really believe it was going to do anything. We have a really, really big breaker starter. I would potentially be looking for sorts on the dollar CAD now. I think there's a good chance this is the end of a correction. We had Canadian news today, which I was hoping was going to make a nice pump for us, but it really didn't. It made a big old dump, and then it came all the way back to the starting line, which is kind of common for the Canadian news. My old mentor used to never trade the Canadian news. He said it was pretty much useless to even trade it. I traded it today, and yeah, it didn't really do much. Boy, it pumped down big time. Oh yeah, I'm muted on Discord. Sorry about that, Mr. Gray. Thank you, Mr. Gray. No wonder nobody's on live stream on Discord. So US dollar CAD, I would be looking for sorts. I would want to see something like this to go sort though. Something along these lines. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3 with a lower high. Something along those lines. 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Definitely would like to see some sort of a three-way pullback. I don't really think that they're gonna move today. Maybe they will, but probably not. Let's see. US dollar CAD for Skywick. Thank you, Skywick. You're at almost every one of my live streams, so thanks for coming. Yeah, let's check out the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is extremely strong compared to most of the other dollar pairs. So the thing with the Aussie dollar is that mm, yeah, no problem. A lot of people I actually tell you the truth, I get way more views making short videos than I do live streams, so we may have to go back to making short videos next month, but we'll see. I'm going to experiment. I've been experimenting a lot with my YouTube channel to see what works best lately. Pretty much all year long, I've been experimenting with different outlooks, whether I should be live streaming, whether I should be making videos, or what. The PM videos were way too much for me. I was making them at 9 o'clock at night, so they were just way, way too much work for me, for sure. But yeah, the Aussie dollar. The thing with the Aussie dollar is it hasn't broken structure to the downside yet, and if it really is a wave one and a wave two, you would definitely think that it would break structure like that before it went up. But the Aussie has definitely been very, very strong, and I wouldn't be surprised if it did go up again. Hmm. Definitely, the trend is down though right now. I mean, on the 4 hour, the trend is definitely, definitely down. If this goes down and makes a wave B or a wave two, then you could definitely go long. And then if it goes up and bounces from a fib level, you could go short. And then if it goes down and breaks structure and eventually does that and breaks structure up, you could go long again. But depending on what time frame you trade on, you should probably be looking for shorts right now. Honestly, I see that the euro dollar made a big old pump and now it's going back down. So. Uh, so, to me, this looks like five ways down, even though it's kind of overlapping. This kind of looks like it could be some sort of a correction, like a wave B or wave two. I would think that this would go down more for a C, and then I would think that it would go up. And the fact that we don't really have any dollar news this week does kind of make me think that it's going to be doing like an overlapping pattern like this pretty much all week. We do have some dollar news this week, but really, as far as dollar news is concerned, we really don't have a whole lot of dollar news this week. We got unemployment claims tomorrow. That's probably the best dollar news we have all week, which is still not really that big of a deal. GDP is, I guess, kind of a big deal, but only if it changes. If it comes out as 1.4, it's probably not much of a mover at all. The only way it's going to move the market is if it comes out dramatically different than what they forecasted, which we'll see if it does or not. Then, oh, we got President Biden speaking on Friday. That's kind of a big deal. I don't know what he has to say, but that's definitely a big deal. I didn't even notice that until now. I wonder if that's new. Is that there all week? Yeah, I wonder what President Biden probably what he's gonna do is talk crap about Trump. I'm sure. We got PCE on Friday, but really not that big of a deal. Chicago PMI is not that big of a deal. Consumer sentiment, if it was the primary consumer sentiment, it would be a good one, but the revised consumer sentiment is really not that big of a deal. But we do have some pretty decent news this week. Outside of the dollar, we got CPI for the Aussie. That's definitely a big one. Um, yeah, and what else do we got? We got GDP for the CAD. Yeah, really not a whole lot. It's kind of a light week this week as far as news is concerned. Not a whole lot as far as the dollar is concerned this week, definitely. Yeah, well, Biden is probably. It depends on what he says, I guess. But anybody that's president should be able to move the markets, but depending on what they say, that's for sure. So the Aussie dollar, I would definitely still be looking for sorts, at least for now. I think there's a good chance it will go up though at some point. Pound dollar, we already did the pound dollar. I don't analyze the DXY, I analyze the US dollar index. I'm really not a big fan of the DXY, even though it's almost exactly the same. The only thing about the DXY is pretty much everybody looks at the DXY, but if you actually look at the DXY and the US dollar, they're almost exactly the same, so there's really not that big of a deal which one you look at anyways. That's the US dollar, that's the DXY. I mean, they're almost exactly the same. There's definitely differences, but not really big differences. I like the US dollar because it's evenly weighted. I don't like the DXY because it's exactly the same thing as the Euro US dollar, but in reverse. So let's see. Hmm. So where we at for requests? Let me see. I got a bunch of stuff. I We did the pound dollar DXY. I already did the dollar index. We did the Aussie dollar, Aussie CAD, dollar yen. There we go. I mean, for me, there's only one thing to do on the dollar yen. Now, we are definitely sitting at a Fibonacci level. We are definitely at the 78% Fib. To me, it kind of looks like an extended wave 5. It looks like a one, 2, 3, 4, and then it looks like an extension for the wave 5. Normally, when you see more than 5 waves, you're looking at some sort of an extension, like a fifth wave extension, a third wave extension, or a first wave extension. So it does kind of look like a fifth wave extension, and if it is a fifth wave extension, then it possibly could be a one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possibly could go down, break structure, proving that this wave 5 is over. But for me, I really don't sort the yen pairs. It's been so long since I've even thought about sorting the yen pairs. I think there's a possibility it could even go up to the 100%. So for now, I would definitely still continue to be pretty bullish. The only thing that I guess on the 4 hour time frame, if it goes down, breaks structure very significantly, then you could definitely start looking for sorts. But even if it does this right here, I honestly think there's a pretty good chance that it's probably just another ABC crescent to the uptrend. I mean, like I say, there's really only one strategy on the yen pairs right now, at least until something changes with the yen pairs, which I keep seeing reports of, the Bank of Japan in major crisis mode because of the currency. So, eventually you would think that they would try to do something, but I don't really think they have the power to do anything. I don't really think they can do anything even if they wanted to do anything. So, the only thing they can really do is this. This is probably the Bank of Japan right there. Yeah, they can definitely pump it down, but normally what happens is once they finish pumping, it just keeps on rising. So I would personally be looking for pullback entries to go long on the yen pairs, at least for now. I really don't see any other reason to think otherwise. So let me see here. Meme in the. Sorry, I fell a little bit behind on the chats. US dollar Swiss. The US dollar Swiss is a little bit more of a Swiss pair than a dollar pair. Same thing with the US dollar yen. I consider the US dollar yen a yen pair, and I consider the US dollar Swiss as Swiss pair. Now, obviously, when the dollar has news, the US dollar Swiss moves, and the US dollar yen moves. But If you compare the US dollar Swiss to other Swiss pairs, it's way more correlated to the Swiss than it is to anything else. So I definitely would primarily be looking for shorts, honestly. The trend is definitely down until we have a break of structure on this blue box right here. The trend is definitely down on the US dollar Swiss still, 100%. So until we actually get a break of structure, then I would definitely be looking for shorts primarily. I'm more of a swing trader anyway, so I mean, it depends. A lot of times I'll say I'm looking for shorts, but if you trade below the 1 hour time frame, ever since we had a break of structure last Thursday, you should have been looking for longs. At the exact same time, I'd be looking for shorts, so it really depends on what kind of trader you are. If you're a scalper, then yeah, definitely still looking for longs. If you're more of a swing trader like I am, then yeah, you are definitely waiting for more shorts. I would keep an eye on this 78% fib. I think it's going to go continue up at least till there. Then if it breaks structure to the downside, I would start looking for shorts again because the trend is definitely technically down on the daily. So the trend is your friend. 9 times out of 10, when you counter trend trade, you end up regretting it later on. I know I definitely do. So I would definitely primarily still be looking for shorts in a downtrend, 100% on that. Let's see, the Euro Aussie. I sorted the Euro Kiwi today. That was one of the trades that we took today. Definitely a very profitable trade. I already took a good I already took half of my profit, so no matter what, I made money on that trade. I see that some of these pairs are pumping pretty good though. Pound Aussie was pumping really well today. The Aussie pairs have been moving a lot. The Aussie has become quite the driver of the market lately. I we've been talking in my members group for a while about how this could be a wave A and this could be a running flat, like three down, three up, and then down like that, and then turn back up like this. And this would be a wave B, and this would be a wave C, and potentially go up and take out these highs, and then continue down like that. I still definitely see it as a possibility, and it definitely still could do that. But for me, at least until I see a significant higher low on the daily, or preferably a break of structure on the daily, what I'd like to see is it go down one more time and then go up and then break structure. That would prove that we're back into the uptrend. As of right now, the trend is definitely down, and I'm definitely looking for shorts in a downtrend. 100% looking for shorts. It actually made a really nice opportunity for anybody trading the 1 hour time frame and below. Now, while I'm sitting here looking for shorts, if you trade the 1 hour time frame, ever since we had a break of structure, what should you be doing? You should have gone long there, and you probably should have gone long right here. So it all depends on what kind of trader you are. I'm waiting for a short. I'm still waiting for something like this to go short. While I'm sitting here waiting for shorts as a swing trader, you potentially could have gone long there, maybe long there, maybe long here, maybe long there. So it really depends on what kind of trader you are as to what direction you should be trading. All you need to know is that the trend is your friend, and if you follow along with the trend, then you're going to be pretty happy most of the time, in my opinion. US 30. Yeah, that is one of the pairs that I do analyze every single day for my premium members is the US 30. Every single thing on this list right here from top to bottom I do analyze. So if anybody is interested, the website is fxpipcollector.com. It is only $30 a month. And I do daily Zoom meetings with my members. I do a London live stream every single day of the week. I didn't do one yesterday because yesterday was a holiday here where I live, so I didn't do one yesterday. But every single day of the week, unless it's a holiday, I do a London Zoom meeting, and I do a New York Zoom meeting every single day except for Monday. And I also have a trading course, 35 videos. And it also, I call it Learn and Earn at the same time because every single swing trade I take, I share with the group at the time of entry. And those trades that I showed you at the beginning of the live stream are the trades that I have taken so far this week. These are my swing trades so far this week. I've entered 1, 2, 3, 4 trades so far. Long, short the Euro Kiwi, short the Euro Pound. I went long on the Nasdaq 100, and I went long on the S&P 500. And every single one of those trades has been profitable this week so far. Today's only Tuesday, so not always going to work like that, but it is only $30 a month, so definitely check it out. You can cancel at any time. It's extremely, extremely cheap, especially when you start comparing it to other people that do similar things like what I do. The website is fxpipcollector.com. If anybody's interested, definitely check it out. So, anyways, yeah, the Yo Aussie. Like I said, depending on what you're doing, I mean, if you trade the 1 hour time frame below, look for longs. If you trade the 1 hour time frame and above, you're looking for a Fibonacci bounce to go short, which is what I'm doing. Let's see, US 30. Oh, wow, look at that, man. Woof. Yeah, that probably is the end of a correction right there. Jeez. That is definitely the end of a correction, I bet. I bet that's going to go down. I bet this is not the end of a wave C, which I really didn't think it was, but I see a lot of the other dollar indices or the U.S. indices going up, so I was like, oh, maybe this one's going to go up too. But that's probably a wave one and a wave two. This is probably going to go down, make a 3, 4, 5, I bet. Wow, nice. I was waiting for this trade too. Yeah, definitely looking for shorts at pullbacks. I definitely wouldn't go short now. If you go short now, with what's likely to happen, it's probably likely to go up, make a correction, and then later on go down. I guess if you don't mind sitting through a correction, you could try to go short now, but otherwise, definitely waiting for a short. Yeah, that Nasdaq 100, that was a very profitable trade today. I'm risk free on that trade. Vincent, I see. Vincent is also a member of mine, and hopefully you went long on the Nasdaq today, just like I did, because that was a very profitable trade. This is one of the trades that I shared with my group at the time of entry. I'm still long. I don't really see a reason to get out. Not yet, at least. I might not stay in, though, because the fact that it closed below the 78% gives me concerns that maybe this move up is just a correction to the downtrend. Normally, when price closes below the 78% of any given wave, that means that that wave is probably over. And if that wave is probably over, then the whole series of higher highs, higher lows is most likely over also. So if we can identify the end of this wave, which it looks like we may have already done, because it already was closing below the 78%, then most likely the whole series of waves is over, which tells me that this possibly could be a correction to the downtrend, like that. I would be paying attention to my fib levels for sure. Which honestly, we should have them the other direction. We should have our fib levels like this now, and we should be looking for a fib bounce to go short potentially, or to get out of our longs. Definitely. So, let's see. US 100, we did that. Let's see here. I think I just missed somebody's stuff. Yeah, we already did the dollar pairs. Hmm. So, yeah, boy, looks like we all caught up pretty much. This is why potentially I may not do live streams every single day starting at the beginning of next month. I only get a couple hundred views on my live streams, and if I make a short video, potentially I get 4, 5, 600 views on that 3-minute video. So it's actually it's potentially worth my time to not do live streams quite so much. And plus, I do stream for my premium members twice a day. So every single one of my, twice a day during the week, I do Zoom meetings for my premium members. So when I do a YouTube live stream, that's actually 3 live streams a day. So I think I'm probably starting at the beginning of next month. I'm gonna probably go back to doing what I originally used to do, which is 1 or maybe 2 live streams a week max. So unfortunately, if you want to participate in my daily live streams, you're gonna have to probably join my membership because that's gonna be the only way that you're gonna see my daily live streams, most likely. Like I said, I mean, it makes a lot more sense for me to make a 3 minute video where it gets 400 or 500 views than a 1 hour live stream that only gets, a couple hundred views. And I feel a little bad because we have people that come every single day, like Skywick and Charles and all them. Every single live stream they come, but yeah, unfortunately, YouTube pays me cents for these live streams, so it makes more sense for me to do the short videos, I think. But definitely make sure you do join my free Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. You do not ever have to pay a dime if you do not want to. And I am going to be giving away 100 USDT on Friday's live stream. So this coming up Friday, I'm going to be doing a live stream and we're going to be giving away 100 USDT to one of the lucky members of my Discord channel. All you have to do in order to participate is go to the welcome tab, go to the giveaway tab, and click on this little emoji right here. It's 100% free to join my channel. It's 100% free to enter my giveaway. There's no cost at all involved. 100% free. Never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. Definitely enter though, because you could literally win $100 this week for doing nothing but being a part of a like-minded group of traders. Let's see. What did Vincent say? The US ZAR? Yeah, I can do that, Vincent. Sorry about that stream, bud. I'm probably going to turn that thing off anyways. That thing is pretty dumb. Yeah, that stream bot blocks people for almost no reason. If I had, a couple hundred people in my live stream, then yeah, I would definitely want a bot, but I don't really think it's necessary with the size of the stream I do. Boy, that definitely. Hmm. I remember this one now because of how sideways it is. Man, that is a tough one. I would like to say that it's in a wave four. Like this is a wave one, this is a wave two, this is a wave three, and this is a wave four. And potentially it's going to go back up again for a wave five, is what I'd like to say. Hey, Rocky, how's it going? Nice to see you. Been a while. How you doing? So I would like to say that this is going up for wave five. You must have some requests. Ah, nice. Yeah, nice. I've been doing the live streams every day, but like I was just explaining, I've been doing a lot of experiments with my YouTube channel over the last couple months. So I've been doing live streams every single day, and honestly, I do way better with the short videos. But I'm still gonna do live streams a couple times a week, though. Definitely. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. Is it going down? Is it going up? What's it doing? Kind of looks like a one, two, three. Kind of seems like we're in a wave four right now, and potentially the wave four is not over. Like this would be an A, this would be a B, this would be a C of wave four. Hmm. I mean, the trend is definitely down on the daily. I think the best thing to do is throw a Fibonacci extension on there, but boy, whoops, that's not Fibonacci extension. Wait, that's Fibonacci time. Best thing to do is throw a Fibonacci extension on here like this. And I would be looking at the 100% area as a likely target. Maybe something like this. But boy, this thing is just so overlapping. It's such a mess. It seems really, I mean, I guess if some people thrive in channels, like this, some people love trading channels, they just hit the highs and the lows and they make a killing doing it. So maybe that's what you're doing, Vincent. I'm not sure, but I would definitely be sitting here with my Fibonacci retracement. You could be scalping right now. Nice. Yeah, the live streams are good, definitely, but the short videos are better in a way. Thanks a lot, Vince. I like the live streams because it gives me a chance to interact with people. It gives me a chance to, build a little bit more of a relationship with the audience. So it's definitely good. And I'm not gonna give up on live streams, but as far as short videos go, my short videos, like I said, sometimes can get 4, 5, 6, 700 views per video, and I do 10 of them a day. My live stream sometimes only gets 2, 300 views. So, but I do like live streaming because it definitely gives me a chance to interact with the audience, which is great. I personally would be looking at this move up as a crutch, and I would definitely be looking for a Fibonacci bounce. Maybe something like that to go short again. But as of right now, the trend is definitely up right now, 100%. Oh yeah, definitely. And this looks like a 1, 2, 3 right here. So yeah, the trend is definitely up. I would expect this to go up, finish off a wave three, probably eventually make a wave four, make a wave five, something like that. Yeah, thanks a lot, Vincent. Yeah. So you're a scalper, Vincent. Oh, okay. I basically never scalp. I do way better with my swing trades, that's for sure. So yeah, let's see. Does anybody have any more requests they would like? We'll take a look at the euro dollar one more time and the pound dollar and gold one more time because those are the most popular pairs. I would be very cautious about going long on the euro dollar. I definitely think it's a 1, 2, 3. I would definitely expect this move out to be a crutch into the move down. I definitely think we should still be looking for shorts in a downtrend. I honestly think the euro dollar is probably going to go down and make new lows on the 4 hour time frame. I think it's going to take out this low over here, so I would definitely be looking for shorts, I would say. Same thing on the pound dollar. I mean, they both look like a